Hi, I am Jonathan from Potency.world. Business transformation, education transformation, and social mobility transformation in one fair swoop. Today, I'm talking to anyone serious about the work and the fulfillment of a meaningful relationship. Stay tuned because my guest today, you've been recommended. We'll just dive into it. This is the interview.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Okay, gentlemen, probably let me introduce you to Nomsa. Nomsa, how are you?
I am blessed. How are you, Jonathan?
All the better for seeing you. I might say blessed to be interviewing you today. I am very excited about what you're offering because we met and I am somewhat of a skeptic. So people viewing this interview today are going to have been finding you because they've been recommended to you and they're doing some due diligence to see what you're about. So, what do I and they need to understand about your childhood that informs them about why you are the person you are today?
So I come from Africa, number one, and I was raised by my grandparents. And my grandparents taught me the values of life, which is marriage and how to be happy and also self-love. And my granddad used to teach me music from I'll practice from the age of 9, from 8 till midnight. Then the following day I'll have to go to school. And when I came to the UK, I became a single woman and trying to find that special person. When I became a single woman, I then became a woman trying to keep a man. And then after I got engaged and we had a daughter, and I became a woman trying to keep her family. Few years later, I became a woman as a single mom. I became a single mom and trying to raise a child on my own. And it was in those moments where I cried to God and I was like, why would you give me this beautiful man inside out and you take him away from me? And when I was crying and God showed me that actually, Nomsa, you asked me to find you the right person. but you've never asked me to give you the skills, or you've never learned the skills how to keep that man. So I realized that I needed to learn how to find a man and learn how to keep that man. And that's when my journey began, the journey of personal development. And that's took me to where I am today.
So you are multiple award winning. We have a common connection, operating at director level of the company. I'm looking at you. Okay, so you've been on a journey, and I don't want to minimize what growing up in relative poverty is, but essentially, I was reflecting on this the other day with a friend. I said, how many people of our generation have stayed married? And it was only 2 couples out of like 40. So it's quite common for men to become disenfranchised, jealous of the children, and that can lead to behaviours. What's your perspective on that? True, false? I mean, I just made it up, so.
It is true. It is true. When I began my journey of personal development, the one thing that I had to work on, it was to get rid of jealousy in my heart, in every area of my life. Meaning that whoever I date, if they have children, I have to acknowledge that my uniqueness is unique. I'm not there for competition. My job is to help that person to raise those children, to give them a better life and to bring the best in them. And I couldn't understand why I had to work on jealousy until the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, jealousy is the most thing that destroys a relationship.
Yeah.
And it is 100%, 1000% true. Men can be jealous, or when they get married to someone who's got kids, they can be jealous.
Yeah. Well, it's just so, I mean, men are, and I am a man technically, but men are typically more binary, more problem solution, whereas women tend to think more expansively. So unless something is brought to a man's attention, he doesn't really think much outside his functional self. So I'm 53. As an age where a lot of people I know of generation have come out of their first relationships, am I, not me obviously, but am I typical of the kind of age profile of the gentleman that might need your help?
Age does not define you, Jonathan. Yes, it does not define you. You can. My oldest client was 90 years old.
Wow.
And when he approached me to find him the love of his life, I was so intrigued to find out why would he want to meet someone at that age. And he said to me, Nomsa, age does not define me. But what defines me is the person that I am, where I need to be my tomorrow. My tomorrow is what defines me. If I decide to be lonely, I will die tomorrow lonely, but I'm looking for someone to spend this time, these years that I have left, whether is it 1 year, 2 years, I'm looking for that special person. So I'll say age does not define you.
Okay, maybe reframe the question. Given that, so, okay, I can come to you for personal growth coaching generally. I can come to you for coaching to establish, because most people have had it beaten out of them, re-establish self-esteem and self-love, self-care, and emotional first aid. These are all services that lead into the matchmaking. I can come to you and learn about how to start conversations with people out generally. And so a 90-year-old client might not be matched by your agency, but might meet another 90-year-old or 85-year-old or whatever it is, that their local club or something like that, and they've been given the confidence by you, they've learned the confidence from you. What I meant was, in a world where you're trying to match people, what's the sweet spot of your database age group?
My age group starts from 25.
Okay, but that would be a first relationship, wouldn't it?
Of course, someone who's 25, if they come to me, they say they're looking for a serious relationship, it means they've left university and they're now ready to embark on a new journey of life, creating a new chapter in their lives. So I'm willing to take them and work with them. But anyone younger than that, it's a no.
No, but I don't yet understand your value structure, pricing, value, whatever. We can talk about that later. But isn't a 25-year-old already in debt? How could I afford you? Because I got the impression that you're a relatively premium product.
Any person that comes to a matchmaker, they know that they have to pay to join a matchmaking introduction agencies. Most of the 25-year-olds, they just left university and they have their first salary, which they can pay 10% to me, which is fine. And some of them have rich parents. So you will be surprised at how some parents, they will actually call on behalf of their children, looking for matchmaking for them.
This could be, and it's not, interpreted as racist. There are certain cultures that are more into arranged marriages. I don't think that's racist at all. Are they a big demographic that you serve?
Indian people, they do have arranged marriages, but most of
Indians, got Saudis, got Bangladesh.
yeah, yes,
Oh.
and some African Muslim people, they have arranged marriages. Some, mostly British people, they ring on behalf of their children, but they will say, I will pay, but my child is going to come and see you.
Okay. Okay. So I am, let's say I'm skeptical. I've been on, I don't know how many apps there are these days, but there's an app for every subdivision of species. And people, I think, before we started recording, I was saying I heard a report that says that American women on dating apps, 75% of them want a man who's over 6'2", and men over 6'2" are only 10% of the US population. So 65% of those women weren't even getting any matches. Tell me, as a cynic of not getting anywhere, why and how? Why come to you, and how are you different?
Matchmaking is not a beauty contest, number one. So when you come to me looking for love, you find love. I'm very, very different because I sit down with my clients, get to know my clients. Like many, I come to your own home. The first time I come to your own home, we sit down, because you have to trust me. I have to trust you to go and date my women. I'm a matchmaker for men. So we'll have a chat and you tell me what you are looking for. And I have to find out what has worked in the past, what hasn't worked. And through that, I have to look at your exes. What's the pattern that you've been making mistake, or whether have you been making mistake, and how do you choose these women? So we have to break that cycle of choosing the wrong woman or wanting to date women that are similar to your exes.
Mhm.
Um, just by doing that and chatting to you using my psychology and really getting to know you and laughing together, you as my clients, as my client to be, you end up telling me, what do you desire? What do you think a good woman should be? You end up telling me that, Noms, I'm not looking for a supermodel. I'm looking for a woman that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And we end up finding that,
Okay.
not
So,
beauty contest.
well, that's a great line, and something which becomes increasingly true the older we get. What I wanted to just touch on, which you sort of just bounced off, is the amazing breadth of types of career you've had. So you've been a professional football player. What else have you been? It's about five things I've forgotten all but four of them now. What else have you been?
Musician.
Musician.
Yes.
Uh,
I do music, I do dancing.
okay, you're a triple threat, as they say.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And the ability to read a footballing situation and understand what is likely to happen is something. Are you aware of the fact that that gives you insight into people? Or have I just mentioned it and you've gone, what?
Of course.
You recognize it.
Yes.
How does it happen inside your head? Sorry, I just,
I'm a
you're into
woman
the
who was born with
psychology.
strength. So, strength.
Go on.
Yeah. I was born with strength. God gifted me with strength. So
Okay.
I do understand that when it comes to my talent, I can be anything. When my client comes, I have to think of myself being in that football pitch and wanting to win the game. And when you come to me, I want to match you. I want you to be happy. So that means I will do whatever it takes to get the truth of you, not the lies that you believe that I want to hear.
Uh, okay.
Because
Uh,
clients can tell you the things that they think you want to hear. So my mindset is to help you.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the heart. It's the listen, and that's the whole point. So you would be able to use the hashtag trauma informed, as I can use that hashtag for various variety of things. But it is the struggles that determine the character of a person, whether they come out the other side giving and loving or hating and resenting. Now, you're the founder and CEO, and actually, someone told me to call myself founder and CEO. Do you know why you have to do that?
Why you have to repeat your question? Sorry, pardon?
So, on my LinkedIn profile, I'm called the founder and CEO. You're the founder and CEO of your organization. Why do we need two titles?
Actually, that was my mentor. He was like, you need to be upfront. People need to know who you are for your business so that when they have a problem, they need to request you as Nomsa and say, I would like to speak to the founder and the CEO of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, which is Nomsa. And when they pay, they want to find that love. If they don't get the service that they want, apparently they need to know who they are dealing with. Or if they get the service that they want, they need to know who they are dealing with, which is the founder and the CEO.
Nice. Origin story. Hashtag origin story. So then the question is, I think you touched on it because of your lived experience. Is there anything else I would need to understand about the reason you started your company? Because, well, let me frame it like this. Launching a matchmaking agency in 2025 seems so old school that I could literally imagine riding into town of donkey and knocking on doors for princesses with gold slippers. It's a massively overpopulated market. I accept, not with services like yours, but from a customer perception, there's all choice everywhere. And that is part of the problem. Do you agree or disagree? Choice is a problem.
I disagree because although there are so many choices out there, but there's no choices better than a matchmaking agency. Us matchmakers, we take the stress, we carry you. It's like imagine you are in a plane and the pilot is driving the plane and you are just sitting there requesting, may I please have this, may I please have that. That's what we do for you. We take the stress completely while you continue with your daily work. You do what you have to do, and we take everything. We carry you till the end. And even when we do match you, we do have to follow up until you get married or until you get rid of us. But other than that, we have to really make sure that you are happy. So I think that's the beauty about having a matchmaking introduction agency that really carries you through. And like when you get on the plane, you get to your business class, you're like, can I please have this? Oh, you know what? I don't like that. May I please have that? As you have seen on my website, I have different coaches, and those coaches, they are well educated. They have all gone through the struggles in life. And they know that when we work with Nomsa, Nomsa does not want us to tell our clients what they want to hear. In my agency, we walk with truth, we walk in truth, and we carry you. Whatever struggles you go through, we carry you. We don't want tears, we want joy. And when you do meet that person, we give you the material. You become part of the family to let us know how things are going. And if you need us, we're always there for you.
That is beautiful. And as you were describing that, a background wall with all the little babies that were conceived from matchmaking. It's not all about reproduction, but I imagined a wall of baby photos, which would be very nice. Okay. Allow me, if you will, to nudge back slightly with the idea that everybody wants something done for them, and consequently they do not grow themselves. So whilst as you described it, it sounded absolutely fabulous, because I'm counterfactual, you immediately saw the opposite version of events. How have you had that happen so far?
It has been really, really good, because when clients come in, you have to tell them that this is what I'm going to do for you, and these are my expectations from you. So there are things that we expect from our clients, and we expect them to work on their authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are looking for love, you have to be truly, truly authentic. You have to understand the power of self-love is really, really important. When you meet that guy or that woman on your first date, first love, it means unapologetic. I'm putting me first. I'm putting my needs first. I'm not going to compromise for me to fit in with this person. I'm here to listen to what they can offer, and I'm willing to share with them what I can offer as a woman or as a man. Because at the end of the day, a man is a king, a woman, she's the queen. We are both there to serve and to receive. So we are not there to please anyone. We are there to connect. Authenticity. When you connect with someone, you connect to that person, you relate to their story, and there's a connection, and love is created. So that's where love begins.
Obviously, I say obviously, you are extremely driven by your faith and belief in God and in free choice and how it manifests in relationships, and the spectacle, the marvel of life. What two things could you say, as we come towards the end of our time, will be the two things that you would say, all right, you've been recommended to me, that's why you're watching this. You've watched this, you think this, now do these two things. What would those two things be?
Those two things, if you are recommended to me, it means you are here, you are connected to me for a reason, for me to help you to find love. And the second one is we are connected by God.
Maybe let me re-ask that. What is the first thing I should do? I'm watching you on this video now. What should I do next?
So the first thing when you're watching my video, if you're single, what you need to do is, what do I want? Before I can pick a call, contact Nomsa and her team, what do I want?
Okay. That might be a challenge for someone. And the reason I bring it up is just because of when you started off, when you said it's not a beauty contest. Knowing what someone wants for a love of life, of a lifetime, I don't know if that is too big a ask. Obviously, I'm going to include you're on X, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook. We'll put all the links below in the show notes, including links to your website, which has been recently updated, so that's worth a look. Is there something a little between knowing what you want and
Okay,
knowing
so the first thing, if you're watching my video, number one, find my number, my office number. Number two, contact me.
There you go. That is that was what I was fishing for, and and I knew it didn't make sense first time, and I tried it again. Yeah, bish bosh bang, done. All right. Well, listen. After we finish the recording here, I'm going to ask Nomsa what her favourite tune is. We're going to play after this interview, so keep tuned in for that. I'm not going to put her on the spot now. Reach out to Nomsa. I will put that business telephone number also in the notes. And hopefully what you've seen here is that some questioning, and Nomsa has stood firm, tall, grounded, caring, love-filled, joyous. So reach out to her today. All right, this has been the interview. Have fun. See you soon. Bye. Do you want to say bye, Nomsa?
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Yeah. Oh, happy day. 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 Oh, Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When my Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Yeah. Oh, happy day. He taught me. He taught me how. Yeah, to walk. To walk. Fire, fire. Oh, yeah. Day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Yeah. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When my Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Oh, he taught me. He taught me how. Oh, to walk. To walk. Fight and pray. Yeah. Fight and pray. And we will preach the ocean. And we will rejoice. Oh, yeah. Every day. Every day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Hey, when Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. When my Jesus walked. When Jesus walked. He washed my sins away. about a happy day. We're talking about a happy day. We're talking about a happy day. We're talking about a happy day. Oh, happy. Yeah, happy. Yeah, happy. We're talking about a happy day. Wow, a happy day. You know that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're talking about a happy day. Wow. Yeah. Just one more time I say a happy day. Oh, we're talking about a happy day.